Hey guys, Cypher Sensei coming back at you for another My Hero Academia What If. And today we're going to be doing What If Deku had air manipulation as a quirk part 3. Where we last left off, we did some training with Deku to progress his quirk in One For All, and we did the heroes versus villains, but we only did Deku versus Bakugo because that's the only part that really mattered. Now, let's continue the story. The rest of the hero versus villains goes the same as in canon. So, the next day, Class 1A is deciding who to choose as class president. Midoriya gets the most votes and Yaoyorozu the second most. And in this timeline, Midoriya has a lot more confidence from both being born with a quirk and standing up to Bakugo when they were in middle school. So that means he accepts it and doesn't pass it on to Ida when the media comes. So we'll skip the part when the media forcibly tries to enter UA since it goes the same as in canon, and we'll move on to the USJ incident. So Class 1 heads to USJ where they're supposedly supposed to do like some rescue training, and they meet the Hero 13. But as they are about to start their rescue training, this purple misty villain who we know as Kurogiri pops up. And he teleports in the rest of the League of Villains. And so what Kurogiri does is he uses his teleportation quirk, his mist, to scatter all the students across USJ. But before Izuku gets teleported though, he tells Ida to get to the teachers to come help. And because Deku is the president and it isn't Ida, so Ida doesn't feel the need to stay, he just listens to Deku and leaves. He just gets out of there. So Deku then gets teleported and meets up with Tsuyu and Mineta. When Izuku meets up with Tsuyu and Mineta, he has much more time. He has a much easier time dealing with the water villains. Mineta, out of fear, throws a bunch of his balls from his quirk into the sea, and Deku uses something he had been working on off-screen. So, I say off-screen, but the truth is I just didn't think about this in the last part. It's something similar to the air bullet he already had, but it's highly condensed so it takes some time to charge. He calls it the supercharged air bullet. I'd say it has the same effect as 100% One For All finger flick, therefore bearing the same results as in canon. Except, Deku doesn't have a broken finger, but when Nomu tries to attack Tsuyu later, because he attacks Aizawa, puts Aizawa basically out of commission, and then he goes for Tsuyu. Deku gets enraged by this, he flips out and goes for a punch. But unlike in canon, instead of subconsciously controlling One For All, which is why his punch did nothing to Nomu, and Deku took no damage, Deku goes for a full 100% punch. It hits the Nomu, and Nomu stumbles back a bit. But other than that, the Nomu's perfectly fine. As the Nomu's about to attack Deku and kill him, All Might appears. All Might appears and starts punching and attacking the Nomu. As Deku notices that, he makes some Nimbus clouds for everyone that's in the near area, and they all get on the clouds and help him. So All Might is fighting Nomu and it's going pretty evenly, and Todoroki helps All Might in that one part where Nomu has him in a lock. I don't really know what it's called, but All Might goes plus ultra as All Might always does. And so basically the fight goes like in canon, and All Might wins, and then the rest of the heroes show up and they attack, and Shigaraki says it's game over and stuff, and he heads out. And he leaves, giving the heroes victory for now. So then, a week or so later, when they're in class, Aizawa tells them about the sports festival. And that's where we'll be leading off.